Welcome, I'm Rabbi Phil Bressler of Beit Am in Corvallis, Oregon, and this is the daily summary video for the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch Yomi Daily Halacha Learning Project, covering the passage from Siman 109, Seif 7, to Siman 110, Seif 5. You can find links to the Hebrew and English text of this passage and to the calendar of upcoming passages in this video's description. So today we continue our discussion of matzah, specifically the matzah shel mitzvah, the matzah that we eat when there is a specific obligation to eat at the Passover Seder. And we continue our discussion today of the water. Remember, the main thing about the water is that it remain cool. So the Kitzur explains that if you don't have enough water, from the night before, it's okay to add a little bit more, but not so much that you might overwarm it. If your baking is going to happen on Sunday, one should draw water before Shabbat, ideally on Thursday night so that you can draw it after dark and while the water is coolest, and still leave more than 24 hours prior to baking. And interestingly, various superstitions that would otherwise prompt you to toss out water that you drew, for example, a death that occurs or the vernal equinox, the Kitzur says don't toss the water out because then you'd be out of luck for baking your matzah. In the next Siman, 110, we begin to talk about the preparation of the oven. Now, the oven, which is presumably made of clay, has to be kashered, that is, made kosher and able to accept matzah for preparation. The oven has to be kashered by a method called libun, literally heating white hot, heating it up until sparks fly. It's also possible to replaster the inside with a thick coating of new clay. Once your oven is ready, you can begin kneading your dough. So in terms of the environment where you want to do that, it should be a controlled environment, a place where you can avoid moisture, avoid warmth, avoid light, again, things that would facilitate the fermentation process and make your dough into chametz. Work small batches so that you can work it all very quickly. You want to keep the dough moving, keep kneading it, knead it really, really well. Don't pack the flour into its measuring cup, because that could lead to chunks, to clumps. You want to keep the flour loose so that it distributes through your dough. Keep your flour and water very carefully separated, and don't handle the flour any more than you need to. The heat from your hands could warm it up, and again, warmth facilitates fermentation. So that's all for today. As always, our learning is dedicated to Rabbi Shlomo Gansfried, the author of the Kitzur and the historic Jewish community of Uzhhorod, Ukraine. See you all tomorrow.